Hey friends, how you doing today? So, let's talk about the newest update 14 that came out today. There's a lot of buzz around it and what was released with it, as well as a lot of controversy. Now, I do enjoy playing this game, obviously with over 1,000 hours into it, and I'm completely aware that it has a lot of issues, and I've experienced most of them. I know that there is a lot of outrage when it comes to the business decisions made regarding paid content. While I personally have never really played online games before Fallout 76, I've been a solo player of all types of games since I was about 3, and I know maybe this wasn't the best game for me to dip my toes into the genre with, but because it was with a game company that I had loved, I just went with it. This whole pay-to-win dynamic is a little new to me, so I feel like I don't have enough experience to pull from with other games and companies to share a strong opinion one way or the other. But yes, while I do have many opinions and valid frustrations about this, I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing and let you form your own. Because honestly, how you play your games and what you choose to do with your money and time based on what you value is truly up to you, and you won't be judged one way or the other by me. But as a content creator, I really wanted to dig in and see what is available with Fallout first. So I'm switching into positive outlook mode and just going to be showing off what there is. I decided to try out Fallout First for at least a month and see what it's all about. So first off, Fallout First is pricier than what I imagined, running about $13 USD on a month-to-month basis or $100 for a yearly. You are paying for access to your own private world, not to be confused with a private server as you can get with other games. The world will be shut down if there's no one on it, and it has to be initiated by the world owner, which would make it hard to have a group go in on paying for a world together, which was an option I was looking into. I do wish that this was implemented differently. You can invite up to 7 other players, so a world for 8. Without other players in the world, things really felt pretty lonely, but I actually don't mind the loneliness all that much, being that I normally play by myself. And I did notice while I was playing around with the social tab that I wasn't able to actually invite people into the server, but people could join me from my friends list. You also get 1,650 atoms a month, which I do like, and a nice exclusive outfit, icons, and emotes, which are all really fun for me. I go all out on the emotes. The dancing emotes come with a fun little song, and it keeps playing even after you're done emoting, until the song has cycled through all the way. So you can have sounds from many emotes going on all at once. It really doesn't sound that great. Maybe they should fix that overlap. The biggest point of controversy from what I've been reading is the Scrapbox. Fallout First players now have access to store unlimited scrap in private worlds and public. I kind of feel like the last announcement that we had where they were talking about the change in mentality about atoms for utility items and not just cosmetic was to soften this blow, but I don't really think that worked. This Scrapbox definitely tips the scales in the casual player versus the Fallout First players. And after using it, I can see why people would be upset. I'm personally super happy to have it. I just cleared out about 500 pounds of scrap from my stash box. A few things to note about the Scrapbox: crafting pulls from the box, and you can only stash bare bones junk, so no bulk aluminum or hardened mass can go in there without being broken down first, but you can stash like all the stable flux that you want. And included is a placeable survival tent, which has been asked for by the community for a long time. The main issue I have with items like the fridge and the survival tent is the paywall it's behind. I don't like that ideas made by the community are being taken into consideration and turned into something you have to pay for. That just irks me. It kind of makes me not want to make any suggestions for fear that it might just be turned into something that I have to pay for. I know that they're not really game-breaking pay-to-win items, but it's the principle, you know? The thing with the tent, once you place this, you can use it in private worlds and public worlds, and it's used as a free fast travel point. It has a sleeping bag, cooking pot, banjo, and a lamp, as well as your stash and scrap box. It's a great item to have, super convenient, and I'm really happy to have it. I just kind of question the fairness of it. Okay, so I know that didn't really sound like a very positive outlook. Sorry, I just have very mixed feelings about the whole thing. There are a lot of great fixes that were released with patch 14, but this Fallout First stuff was just a lot to take in. It has a lot of my focus right now. I understand that it takes money to run a game like this, and to keep improving it and keep it alive, so I get it. It makes sense. But I mean, I feel as if there are different ways that some things could have been approached in the past and with this update that would have made this become a much more happily anticipated edition. But who am I to say? I just took basic marketing and business psychology classes in college, but have not worked in that field, but just been working in sales for the last 15 years. My takeaway is that I personally really enjoy the option of these private worlds, and it's especially great for people that have a close knit of friends that like to play together. Also, while playing around in a private server, man oh man, gameplay was super smooth. Everything just felt so much better, loot appeared quickly, and the lag was very minimal. My game did crash when I was trying to drink some water to fill my thirst meter, which has just been happening to me a lot lately anyways, but that was the only hiccup I had with it so far. It feels great to play on a solo server, but just kinda lonely if you usually do the whole lone wanderer playstyle who likes to run into random travelers like I do. Okay, so that's just my take on it. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, it's just how I feel. What are your thoughts on this? And please be sure to keep it civil in the comments. Not to play the whole mom card, but I will turn this vehicle around, so help me. Okay, I got things to do and legendary Scorch Beasts to take down, so I'll see you all out there. Bye!